Hello and welcome to the Channel 1 Newsroom from our studios at number 5 Ola Hansen Lane at Tesano here in Accra. I am Nana Konadu. Coming up. High Court recognizes both Odobroni and Akusia Sewa as surviving spouses of late musician Daddy Lumba.
This judgment is fair. It recognizes both women as wives of Daddy Lumba, and it affords both women the opportunity to be present at the funeral and perform the necessary kuna. So it's a peaceful situation as far as we are concerned.
Majority Leader Mahama Yariga calls for the termination of Zipline's drone delivery service contract with the government.
I am against the Zipline contract. I am against the Zipline contract. You cannot spend 170 million Ghana cedis that you are sending blood to health facilities using drones.
President Mahama joins a family and the nation to bid farewell to the late former First Lady Nana Konadu Rawlings.
You discerned his readiness long before he did. Your vision and strength reflected in every milestone he reached. You were far more than a right hand. You were strategic, clear-minded, and unwavering.
Also coming up, exhibitors sell out on day one of second edition of AgriFair 2025 as patrons' demands surge.
The way the patronage are going, we really like it because people are coming to buy and like they want to really stock their fridge for the Christmas, and we are also really prepared for them.
Coming up in Channel 1 Business. Banks urged to publish names of loan defaulters to help recover outstanding loans. And later in Channel 1 Sports. Ghana's Black Queens open training in Birmingham ahead of international friendly against England. Thank you for your time. Let's begin the bulletin from the Ashanti region, where a Kumasi High Court has ruled that Akusia Sewa Fusu cannot be declared the sole surviving spouse of the late high life icon Daddy Lumba, citing insufficient evidence to support her claim. The decision follows a legal tussle over which of the musician's widows is entitled to perform the widowhood rites. Channel 1 News' Ashanti regional correspondent Doris Lonta has more.
During a ruling on Friday, November 28, Justice Dorinda Smith-Arthur stated that evidence before the court confirmed that Priscilla Ofori, widely known as Odobroni, was customarily married to Daddy Lumba before his demise. The court also recognized that Akusia Sewa had a valid customary marriage with the late musician. However, the judge rejected a German marriage certificate presented by Akusia Sewa as proof of a civil union, explaining that the document was only an extract and not an original certificate. Justice Smith-Arthur therefore ruled that both Akusia Sewa and Odobroni should be acknowledged as surviving wives of the late musician and must be recognized by the Abusuampanyin during the performance of the widowhood rites. She further directed that nothing should impede the removal and burial of Daddy Lumba. Counsel for the first and second defendants welcomed the verdict, describing it as fair.
We, for Odobroni, had all the reliefs that we wanted, save one. But it's a win for the entire family. So it's not only our win, it's a win for the entire family.
The judgment is fair. It recognizes both women as wives of Daddy Lumba, and it affords both women the opportunity to be present at the funeral and perform the necessary kuna. So it's a peaceful situation as far as we are concerned. We couldn't have wished for a better outcome.
But counsel for the plaintiff, William Kusi, expressed displeasure with the ruling, though he said he respects the court's decision. He noted that any appeal would depend on his client's instruction.
I disagree, but I respect it. It will depend on what my client says. You see, when my client says that, I should appear away.
Daddy Lumba passed away on July 26, 2025. The plaintiff, Akosua Sewa Fusu, had asked the court to declare her as the only surviving spouse entitled to perform widowhood rights and to restrain Priscilla Ofori, known as Buduburam, from presenting herself publicly as a wife of the late musician.
Reporting for Channel 1 News, I'm Doris Lonta, Ashanti Region.
Let's now go to the Northern region, where the Executive Committee of the New Patriotic Party, NPP, has rejected the Tamale High Court's directive for a full rerun of the Kpandai parliamentary election, describing the ruling as a miscarriage of electoral justice with serious implications for Ghana's democratic system. Our Northern Bureau Chief, Shawana Yusuf, reports.
At a press conference in Tamale on Friday, the regional executives criticized the November 24 ruling delivered by His Lordship Justice Emmanuel Planche Brew, insisting it was fundamentally flawed. They argued that although the petition before the court challenged results in only 41 of the 152 polling stations, the judgment went on to annul the entire constituency's result, an action they described as a clear judicial overreach. The executives maintained that the sitting MP, Matthew Nyindam, remains the duly elected and sworn-in member of parliament for the Kpandai constituency, stressing that the ruling contradicts established electoral procedures.
This ruling is not just flawed. It represents a grave miscarriage of electoral justice with far-reaching implications for Ghana's young democracy. We state clearly, without ambiguity, Honorable Matthew Nyindam remains the duly elected, sworn-in and sitting member of parliament for the Kpandai constituency.
The regional leadership further contended that the court had no legal justification to invalidate results from the remaining 111 polling stations that were not part of the petition.
The law demands precision, that's exactitude, proportionality, and evidence-based remedies. Yet, no allegations were made against 111 police stations. No evidence was led before the court on 111 police stations, and no violations were established in 111 police stations. Yet, thousands of lawful votes from these police stations have been nullified without any cause.
Raising additional procedural concerns, the NPP executives questioned why the court ordered the rerun without providing an immediate rating judgment. They argued that the absence of detailed reasoning undermines the credibility of the ruling and creates uncertainty for both parties and the electorate.
Even more troubling is the fact that the order for a complete rerun was delivered without a written judgment. The court indicated that reasons would be provided on Friday, a clear 5 days later, after the judgment had been delivered. Ladies and gentlemen, no democratic system permits the destruction of an election without an accompanying reasoned judgment. This judicial irresponsibility of the highest order.
For Channel 1 News, I am Shawana Yusuf, reporting from Tamale in the Northern region.
Let's now bring you a report of the state burial of the former First Lady, Nana Konadu Rawlings. Former First Lady Nana Konadu has been laid to rest following a solemn state funeral at the Black Star Square in Accra, where thousands of mourners and national leaders gathered to honor her memory. The ceremony drew key government officials, members of parliament, political party executives, traditional authorities, the clergy, and representatives from civil society organizations. Channel One News' presidential correspondent Akusia Ochiri has more in this report.
The atmosphere came to a solemn standstill today as the nation gathered to honor the life and legacy of former First Lady Nana Konadu, adorned in the colors of state and rich traditional symbolism. Her funeral rites unfolded with a dignity reserved for a prominent figure. The President and First Lady were among the mourners. They were joined by the Vice President, Professor Pokwajiman, and former heads of state, all paying tribute to a woman whose influence shaped politics in the country. As tributes poured in, their children spoke with emotion, remembering her as a mother of deep conviction, whose principles guided every step of their lives.
Our father trusted you completely because you had an unfailing ability to perceive purpose and possibility. You discerned readiness long before he did. Your vision and strength reflected in every milestone he reached. You were far more than a right hand. You were strategic, clear-minded, and unwavering. You were strategic, clear-minded, and unwavering. You and Dad were in truth one another's partner. You were one another's pillars. As a mother, you were our protector, our advocate, our confidant, and most importantly, our friend.
Grandchildren recollected family moments, stories of laughter, and the countless lessons she imparted.
She was the most fascinating woman, with stories pouring out of her every time she spoke. These were not ordinary stories. They were vibrant, dramatic, action-packed tales, delivered with a spark in her voice that made you feel as though you were living these stories right beside her. She found humor in the most unexpected ways, in the unexpected corners of life. Only she could transform National Geographic into a telenovela.
The 31st December Women's Movement, her signature legacy, was celebrated as a transformative force that opened doors for countless Ghanaian women. Beneficiaries vowed to carry on her vision.
We affirm our commitment to uphold her legacy. We will continue to work the work she began, advancing women's economic empowerment, protecting the rights of children, and building strong communities anchored in justice, equality, and compassion.
Paying tribute, the President, John Dramani Mahama, described the late former First Lady as a pioneering leader whose lifelong commitment to service left an enduring mark on Ghana.
As a mother, grandmother, sister, friend, and mentor, she brought energy, clarity, and purpose to every space she occupied. Nana Konadu lived a life of service, courage, and deep conviction. Even in challenging moments of our national journey, she carried herself with dignity, always guided by her commitment to Ghana's unity progress, and stability.
With slow, deliberate steps, led the solemn procession to the military cemetery, where she was finally laid to rest. The death of the longest-serving First Lady of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Konadu Rollins, marks the closure of a significant chapter in Ghana's political and social history. Many who gathered here today at the Independence Square have described her legacy as one that will continue to inspire generations. Reporting for Channel 1 Television from the Independence Square, Akwesi Autry.
Let's turn our attention to Parliament now, because the Majority Leader, Mahama Ayariga, has called for the termination of government's contract with Zipline for the drone delivery of essential medicines, describing the arrangement as a complete waste of public funds. Addressing Parliament, he argued that the Ghana Health Service has the capacity to acquire and operate its own drones to distribute critical medicines to remote and underserved areas. Channel 1 News' Nia Ikwe has more in the following report.
During parliamentary proceedings on Friday, the Minority Leader, Alexander Penyomaken, called on the Leader of Government Business, Mahama Ayariga, to program the Health Minister before the House next week to apprise lawmakers on measures being taken by the government to ensure that medical drone delivery firm Zipline restores its operations at 3 centers that were shut down as a result of government's unpaid debt of 175 million Ghana cedis. However, the Majority Leader, Mahama Ayariga, says the contract must be abrogated because it is a total waste of state resources.
I am against the Zipline contract. I am against the Zipline contract. You cannot spend 170 million Ghana cedis that you are sending blood to health facilities using drones. The Ministry of Health should have bought their own drones by now. You can't continue spending that kind of money that you are paying a service provider. It's a total waste of money.
The Minority Leader expressed concern over delays by the Tamale High Court to release its full judgment on the Kpandai parliamentary election petition to enable the MP Matthew Yendam review it for further action.
As we speak, the registry of the court has closed. The registrar says judgment is not ready. The judge is gone to Accra. He left Tamale at 10 a.m. Mr. Speaker, these have constitutional implications.
The job is on the ground. They should leave their comfort zones. We, NDC, we are on the ground. We are working. We are working. As we speak, NDC, we are working. We are in Kpandai. We are campaigning. They won't come and campaign. When they lose, then they blame innocent people. Because this time, violence won't give them victory. Yes. Decency will.
The Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagman, on Thursday cited the Minority Leader for contempt and referred him to the Privileges Committee for consideration. This stems from allegations by the Majority Leader, Mahama Ayariga, that Alexander Penyomaken attended ECOWAS parliamentary sessions despite his removal from Ghana's delegation to the regional body. Reacting to the development, the Deputy Minority Leader, Patricia Appiaje, called on the Speaker and the Majority Leader to render a public apology to the Minority Leader for the international embarrassment.
We demand the following. 1. The immediate withdrawal of the Privileges Committee's petition. It is gross abuse of process and an affront to justice. A public apology from the Speaker and Majority Leader, to ECOWAS and to the people of Ghana for the international embarrassment they caused. 3. The passage of a resolution restoring Honorable Afenyomaken's name to Ghana's ECOWAS delegation.
Reporting from Parliament, I am Nia Ikwe for Channel 1 News.
Let's bring you more on the Zipline bit of that report, because the former Minister of Health, Dr. Bernard Okuboy, is rejecting the demand for the Zipline contract to be terminated. Now, Dr. Okuboy joins us live via Zoom to speak to us on this. Doc, thank you so much for this opportunity. The majority leader believes that a Zipline contract is a waste of taxpayers' money. What say you?
Well, thank you very much, my brother. You know, Honorable Mahama Yariga is like a senior brother to me. So I want to be careful how I describe the situation. But to be honest, the way he's speaking, he says, I don't like the Zipline contract. Is it that he's speaking from emotion, or is from reasoning and the facts on the ground? The way he's talking, with all due respect, it looks like he doesn't even know how the Zipline thing operates. It's not like you have a doctor with a drone in his house, putting medicine in the drone and flying it to a hospital. That's not how Zipline operates. So let me quickly say that, with all due respect, he's speaking from a very uninformed position. And I think we need to take the opportunity to do some education. Number one, every health system, like we have in Ghana, has some gaps when it comes to medical supplies, it comes to emergency medicine. So in Ghana, somewhere 2018, 2019, I think officials in the INPP administration had an encounter with the Zipline company in the US, where they were able to show that they have a solution to these gaps in emergency services. Now, what is the solution? They have a system that makes it possible to transport emergency medicines, vaccines, and other medical products. Because it's by air, they are able to do it sometimes at a quarter of the time that traditional road will take. So if, let's say, you have a village far away in Jirapa, in the Upper West region, that is, let's say, about 3 hours from Wa, which is the center. The Wa Regional Hospital is a big hospital. If a village far away needs some medicine to prevent a pregnant woman who has delivered from bleeding to death, instead of traveling 3 hours to go and give that medicine to the health center at Jirapa, Zipline, if they have that facility mapped to their system, can drop the medicine at Jirapa within 15 minutes.
Right.
Now, so at the end of the day, they don't only transport. Remember, Zipline also serves as more or less like a medical store. So what happens is that if they have 6 stations in Ghana, places where they take off from, each station, if the station, let's say, covers 3 regions, they work with the regional medical stores in those 3 regions, such that they have emergency medical supplies, blood products, all at their station. They also have a cold room, keeping vaccines, anti-snake serum, and all that. So if you call Zipline, in the past, you would have called, let's say I worked in Chebi Government Hospital when I was a house officer, a medical officer, sorry. If I needed, how do we call it, anti-snake serum, someone has come to the hospital with a snake bite. If we don't have it in our stores, usually you don't keep it because, how do we call it, it's not all the time you get snake bites.
Right.
I would call Koforidua, which is the regional hospital, or the Eastern Regional Medical Stores. If I made a call, they will now try and get it. If I'm lucky and get it, they will ask a driver to drive from Koforidua to Kibi, which is about 2 hours, making those calls, arranging for the anti-snake to save the life of the farmer who has been bitten by a snake, and getting a vehicle can all take 4 hours.
Right.
But because you have Zipline providing storage for these drugs, all I do is you WhatsApp Zipline that as I speak, I'm at Chebi, I need anti-snake serum. Within minutes, they put it in their flight and drop it in Chebi in about 15 minutes instead of the 3-4 hours of arrangement. So all I want to say is that this solution has been of great help to this country. And with all due respect, I think we should be faithful to the facts and less of politics and emotion.
Right.
Let me give you some facts. All these facts I'm about to give you are available to the Ministry of Health of Ghana now as I speak.
Very well. Please go ahead.
Zipline, since 2019 that they started services, have had about 800,000 flights.
Okay.
At their 6 stations that cover the whole Ghana. They have a station at Omenako in the Eastern region that covers Eastern region and Southern Volta. They have a station where flights take off at Mampong in Ashanti region that covers Ashanti, Bono, and Ahafo regions. They have a station at Vopsi in Northeast that covers Northern Ghana, Northeast, and Upper East. Zipline has a station at Seshuri also, which makes flights that covers the whole of Western Ahafo and Bono. They also have one at Enum and at Krachi. Since they started operations, they've made 800,000 flights. Out of these 800,000, 20,000 are blood flights that took blood and blood products. My brother, 20,000. These 20,000 involves Ghanaians, pregnant women who were bleeding to death in the night, sent a message to Zipline and had blood that saved. 20,000 products. As I speak, they've done about 30,000 flights that involved anti-snake for our compatriots who are farming hard in some of the rural areas who got bitten by snakes. They also sent anti-rabies, those that get bitten by wild animals. All these statistics is there. The Minister for Health, the ministry, they have these statistics. Oko Boy's position is that if you claim, you see, they should clarify what their problem is. Is the problem the cost of the service? Remember, the cost of all these 6 stations that cover the whole Ghana is about $6 million a year. That is 1 million per station average. Now, you have a $6 million for arrangement that makes it possible for you to reach out to even island communities in Afram Plains in the night. You have a facility that is helping to provide emergency care to save your citizens across the country. Are you saying that the 20,000 people who got saved through blood delivery, are you saying that the 170, the 6 million, let's say, if you convert 6 million to the current rate, 66 million Ghana cedis? Are you saying that the 66 million is more than the lives of these 20,000 people? All I'm saying is that we should let our emotions and politics go down. If you think the cost of the service is too much, come forth and say that you have another competitor who can deliver and cover the whole country at half the price. I am willing to listen and see what that competitor can do.
Well, that's the suggestion he was making for the Ghana Health Service to be, if you like, upgraded to be able to provide the service.
You see, we have to be careful. The way sometimes some of my brothers and sisters in the NDC talk is funny. A country like the United States of America, the most powerful nation in the world, their government contracts private entities to do work for them. Elon Musk is sending people to space and being paid by the American government. Why is the American government not putting money into rockets development and aircraft and space? It's because when you do it yourself, your efficiency as government sometimes is not like a private person. And secondly, sometimes you even put more money than a private person will do. Number two, Rwanda. When I was a member of parliament, I was on the health committee. We went to Rwanda to study the work of Zipline. That's where they started. There are countries that are started before us. But because of our commitment and our willingness to cover all our vulnerable people, as we speak, the whole Ghana has been covered. Our network now is even bigger than Rwanda. Look, I'm a politician, so I know the politics in this. Some people think that over the past 8 years, MPP has made a lot of noise about going digital and Zipline and all that. So some people have some emotional hatred for Zipline. We should take away the emotions. Look, if you are not careful in your bid to discredit or to throw away Zipline because MPP person talks about it or whatever, the guy at the front place who has sent the wife to the maternity ward this evening, when they start bleeding and they call, they might bleed to death. If you are not careful, yes, let me land.
Land on this one.
This talk that we should get drones. With all due respect, talk to IT people. It is not the drone that makes Zipline. It is the software and the technology they have, which makes it possible to put over 3,000 health facilities on their system and are able to fly a miniature plane that drops a drug right in the hospital compound using satellite from space. Please, the majority leader should be told that it is not a drone that is being controlled manually from somebody's house.
Very well.
It is applying satellite technology, the same technology that the U.S. Air Force uses to land planes on their warships. So the MP needs a lot of education, with all due respect. And,
Very well.
And I feel sad that people are trying to condemn a policy that is saving lives when they don't even understand the operation of the policy.
Dr. Koboy, just a quick one, and I'd be grateful if you'd be very brief on this for me. You mentioned that you're a politician, and so you understand the politics. What do you see happening? What do you think is going on? First, light wave, now Zipline.
My brother, it's just it's a situation of call the dog a bad name and hang it. It was started under MPP. This funny talk of, oh, maybe because it was started under MPP, two things. Someone in MPP, maybe when they get paid, get some money. Or number two, if it continues to say, MPP will continue to say that they brought Zipline. Throw it away so that it's off the books. Nobody can refer to it. And then if there's any money, nobody will get it. If you focus too much on your enemies or adversaries, sometimes you kill your friends.
Dr. Bernardo Koboy, thank you.
I'll tell you for a fact, most of the people living in these rural areas who are benefiting from emergency support from Zipline, most of them voted for the NDC. And so the NDC should be careful in a haste to throw mud at their opponents, thinking that they are doing them. They will end up hurting those who brought them to power. That is my advice to them.
Dr. Bernardo Koboy, thank you so much for your time. He is a former health minister speaking to us in reaction to the call by the majority leader for the termination of the contract between the government of Ghana and Zipline drone medical delivery services. This is the Channel One Newsroom here on Channel One Television. Still to come. Exhibitors sell out on day one of second edition of AgriFair 2025 as patrons' demands surge. We have the details coming up shortly. Please stay.
The right diagnosis can save your life. Welcome to SynLab. Inside the state-of-the-art facility, patients have the benefits of cutting-edge technology, experienced lab technicians, personalized care in our ultra-modern clinic, and most importantly, answers.
I've been doing all my tests at MedLab for over 20 years, till they rebranded to SynLab. You know, he was just a little boy when I started bringing him to MedLab. Oh, sorry, SynLab.
SynLab. SynLab is the new MedLab.
My family trusts SynLab.
At SynLab, our highly trained personnel give our clients personalized attention every step of the way.
SynLab is the preferred option for your annual routine health checks to avoid negative health surprises.
SynLab is the new MedLab.
SynLab, medical excellence for you.
Rooted in heritage. Shaped by ambition. Defined by style. Inspired by soul. This is Afro Quality, the first multi-country concept store for African brands. Now in Nairobi, Kigali, and Accra.
Hey Ghana, so you people know me as Brother Man Small. If you knew, it's your boy. Kill them all, kill them all. But this time, I'm not only killing mosquitoes, I am killing the great. See? This wouldn't have been possible if I didn't have the perfect mosquito-free atmosphere. Thank you, Out Insecticide. And yeah, Out Mosquito Coil. For a mosquito-free atmosphere, trust Out to... You are not serious.
Out Insecticide. So ya boa, faha.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, Mommy.
I'm the second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Trotro from Kaswa. Why wouldn't he be late? Obey you later.
Of course.
Go be the luckiest, go be from Georgia be luckiest, from not the block she be luckiest. Me and you go be luckiest. No matter why you're luckiest, everybody go be the luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Send your God the apple boom. If you put it toy, so would the coming of the son of man be.
Hey! Is that his car?
Everywhere.
Dial *712#. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompts and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Thank you for staying on with us here on the Channel One Newsroom. Natalie Nete Ajaho comes up next with Channel One Business.
Channel One Business is brought to you by MTN and EcoBank.
You're not sure what caused then the panic, but if you're
Masquerades are scary, but bills shouldn't scare you. Be one of 10,000 lucky winners when you deposit multiples of 400 Ghana cedis or take a loan in multiples of 4,000 Ghana cedis to win up to 1.5 million Ghana cedis in cash and prizes, 1-year insurance cover, and more. Tap into vibes in the EcoBank 5-Star Enjoyment Promo. Up to 15% discount when you use our cards and digital platforms. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. EcoBank will never call or text asking you to verify sensitive information like your PIN, Ghana card, or bank card information. Pay better attention to details.
Good to see you, Natalie.
Good to Nana.
What's happening in the world of business?
Some market watchers are calling for the publication of those who take their loans from banks and not pay.
Defaulters?
Yes, defaulters.
Very well. Let's hear about it.
Okay. Let's get straight to the stories. And some market observers are calling on banks and financial institutions to take a bolder step by publishing the names of loan defaulters in daily newspapers as a strategy to recover outstanding loans. They argue that such a move could help reduce the current non-performing loans, which stood at 19.5% in November, down from 20.4% in September, according to the Bank of Ghana's November summary of economic and financial data. Daniel Ojomensa reports.
The latest figure marks the lowest NPL ratio since the start of the year and reflects steady progress from the 23.6% peak recorded in April. The continued improvement points to stronger loan repayments and stabilizing credit conditions after months of balance sheet pressures. Data also shows that when loss-making loans are excluded, the NPL ratio remained steady at 6.8% for the third consecutive month, highlighting an underlying improvement in asset quality across the banking sector. In an interview with Channel One Business News, Nelson Kujokwu-Agbeji, head of finance at Melbourne Capital, urged banking institutions to consider publicly naming willful loan defaulters.
The banks must be publishing periodically the names of defaulters in their dailies. You see, nobody wants to be embarrassed. Once the banks are paying, publishing the names of, defaulters in their dailies, everybody will be on standby.
He also emphasized the need for the government to pay road contractors on time, noting that delays in government payment force contractors to borrow from banks, which in turn contributes to rising NPLs.
Once the delay in payment of the money to or the funds to contractors keeps on, what we technically expect is that the non-performing loans will go up. So I think going forward, government must, periodically honor its obligation to contractors so that contractors can also go and pay the banks.
Now, Ghana lost over 600,000 Ghana cedis to 266 cases of online shopping fraud between January and October 2025, highlighting escalating cyber risk as consumer activity surges ahead of the Black Friday shopping season. According to data from the Cybersecurity Authority, the rise in fraudulent activity points to an increase in brand impersonation, fake online shops, and phishing schemes targeting unsuspecting digital shoppers. This report has more details.
The authority notes that scammers are increasingly exploiting search engine results, social media storefronts, and cloned websites to lure victims into making advance payments or divulging sensitive financial information. The uptick comes at a time when e-commerce continues to expand, drawing more shoppers online and creating fresh vulnerabilities for both customers and businesses. The authority is urging heightened vigilance as retailers roll out aggressive discount campaigns, warning that the Black Friday season presents a prime window for cyber criminals to exploit weak verification practices. The regulator maintains that stronger due diligence checks by buyers, along with adherence to safer payment practices, will be crucial in reducing financial exposure as end-of-year online transactions peak.
Government says it remains committed to strengthening the regulatory environment to support women and youth-led MSMEs as part of broader reforms aimed at enabling young entrepreneurs to take full advantage of the African Continental Free Trade Area. Daniel Sakiti has more in this report.
Although MSMEs make up more than 90% of businesses in the country, many women and youth-led enterprises continue to face significant obstacles, including limited access to affordable finance and high trade-related costs such as transportation and port charges. Government says it is intensifying efforts to address these challenges so MSMEs can fully leverage opportunities under AFTA. Director of Administration at the Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, Yao Sechi, speaking on behalf of the Sector Minister at the National AFTA Stakeholders Dialogue on Women and Youth in Trade, stressed the importance of creating a more enabling operating environment.
I wish to reaffirm the Ministry's commitment to supporting women and youth-led MSMEs through a range of strategic reforms, including improving the regulatory environment, the provision of business development and capacity building programs through the Ghana Enterprises Agency, export-ready and market facilitation efforts under Export Ghana program, continuous modernization of customs processes and procedures, and interventions under the Agribusiness Development and Value Chain program. Beyond these efforts, we are equally focused on strengthening digital skills and expanding entrepreneurship pathways for young people, ensuring they can fully leverage the emerging opportunities presented by the AFTA.
Acting National AFTA Coordinator Benjamin Isiem called for targeted support for women and youth-led MSMEs, emphasizing the need for investment in digital infrastructure and e-commerce readiness.
We must invest in digital infrastructure and e-commerce readiness so that young technology-driven enterprises can participate fully in the emerging after digital economy.
Let's now bring you an update on how the currency is performing on the interbank market. And that's all for business. I am Netali Ajahu. Back to you, Nana.
Well, thank you, Netali. Well, let's bring you some more stories. And an 8-year-old boy has died after drowning in an unprotected manhole at the Blue Rose Estate in Buduburam, located in the Gomwa East District of the Central Region. The victim and his cousin reportedly slipped into the pit while attempting to draw water. The incident has sparked renewed concerns among residents over the lack of safety measures in the area. Central Regional Correspondent Akwesiado has more in this report.
Eyewitnesses say the two cousins, 8-year-old Elijah Success Kaba and 15-year-old Andrew Jallo, both born to Liberian mothers, had gone to the unprotected manhole early Friday morning to fetch water. During the process, Elijah slipped and fell into the pit. Andrew, in an attempt to save him, also became trapped after jumping in. A rapid response from personnel of the Ghana National Fire Service led to Andrew's rescue. He was immediately rushed to the St. Gregory Catholic Hospital in Buduburam. Elijah was later retrieved after a frantic effort and sent to the same hospital, but he was pronounced dead while receiving treatment. Residents say the manhole, which contains several partitions, was constructed about 15 years ago by Blue Rose Limited, developers of the estate, to serve as a receptacle for human waste. However, the project was abandoned due to the area's low water table. They alleged that no safety measures were put in place afterward. The Gomwa East District Fire Officer, DO2 Samuel Derry Moro, who led the rescue operation, is calling for immediate safety interventions to prevent similar tragedies.
If they are not using this manhole, they should cover it, because this is where the children fetch water. So if you don't cover it, this problem will be occurring at any time.
Abdul Razak, administrator for Nadmo in Gomwa East, indicated that steps will be taken to enhance safety in the estates.
As there's a tanker team which will come out and have a look at the place, whether the person has been given a permit or not. Because if the assembly has given you a permit, we are not expecting you to do something like this.
For the Channel 1 Newsroom, I am Akwesiado, Buduburam, Central Region.
Now, the second edition of the 2025 AgriFair drew massive crowds at the Ifua Sutherland Children's Park on its opening day, with organizers, sponsors and exhibitors hailing the event's growing relevance as vendors from across the country sold out by afternoon. Channel 1 News' Sheba Araba Benin has more in this report.
It's day one of Channel 1 TV and City FM's AgriFair 2025, the second edition, and already several patrons have been here patronizing as much as they can. The fair has already been off to a great buzz. We have cassava, we have plantain, we have fruits, we have vegetables and juice. Everything that you can possibly think of on the Ghanaian market is right here at the Ifua Sutherland Children's Park. We're going to be engaging some of the vendors and see exactly what they have on the market, and I see there are some people here who have salt, and this is Pambro Salt Industries Limited. We're going to speak to some of them, understand the dynamics, what they have for us today, and how business has been so far.
Edition, I heard it was good, it was nice, and then we spoke to our boss, and our boss said, oh my dear, this time around we should come around and then see how we can also sell our products out there.
Today the sales are being good. We hope to get the same result or better results that we did the first edition. We brought a bit more fish, so we hope that the soda that we had earlier in June, we will not have that early today. So yes, AgriFair is something everybody who is into farming should join.
It's very big. I mean, we didn't anticipate it like this. I mean, this is the first day, but sales are booming. We've even ordered extra stocks from our warehouse to come here. So it's very good. We wish maybe once in every quarter you organize this.
Vendors from across the country took part in the fair, with many reporting that they have completely sold out due to the high demand.
The things that we brought has finished.
And it's not even for real.
Seriously, everything has finished. That's why we give God the glory. It's our first time, but what we've witnessed here is very amazing.
We came here with our eggs, and our eggs is at a reduced price, which if you check at the market or even here, you see that our eggs are the lowest. We have 40 cedi and 50 cedi. The big ones goes for 50 cedi and the small ones 40 cedi, which you won't find anywhere.
We're now going to speak to some of the patrons. These are people who are patronizing the products that we have here. I see some lovely sisters, and we're going to speak to one of them.
Coming here, we're expecting that the prices would have been very affordable as compared to the market, and surprisingly it has been.
And the prices are relatively cheaper than what we get outside there. So I just saw some eggs here. I think a crate of egg is going for 48 cedis. But outside there you get some at 80, some at 100.
The general manager of Channel 1 TV and City FM, Bernard Avle, confirmed that the AgriFair has come to stay, noting its relevance and impact.
I think this year has been more impressive because last year a lot of people came not knowing what to expect. So people just walking and looking at things. I've started here see people come, go straight for what they are looking for, and go and come back many times. So I think the experience of June has helped even in terms of the flow of people. The best time to do this is when the second harvest comes, October, November, December, pre-Christmas. People usually buy for Christmas. So it's come to stay for November.
The November edition of the AgriFair 2025 was powered by Channel 1 TV and City FM and was sponsored by Horticulture Business Platform, Development Bank Ghana, Legacy Crop Improvement Center, Gesal, Ghana Exim Bank, Agri Impacts Limited, and was supported by Twillium Industrial Company Limited.
The first day of the AgriFair has left all our vendors sold out, and our patrons are very excited with the products they have purchased. The second and the third days also promise to be just as exciting, and if you're looking for agricultural products at farm gate prices, you should be here at the A4 Sutherland Children's Park. For Channel 1 News, I am Sheba Araba Benin.
Well, now you have more than enough reason to be there on the 29th and the 30th of November for the second edition of the AgriFair 2025. But this is the Channel 1 Newsroom. Still to come. Ghana's Black Queens open training in Birmingham ahead of international friendly against England. We have the details coming up shortly. Please don't go away.
Polytank is everywhere, durable and authentic. Stronger brand you can trust. Polytank, we get some more Rambo and get some more super. And the Polytank every day. Polytank, Papa Noah, Asa.
Hey Ghana, so you people know Miss Brother once more. If you knew, it's your boy. Kill them all, kill them all. But this time, I'm not only killing mosquitoes, I am killing the grades. See, this wouldn't have been possible if I didn't have the perfect mosquito-free atmosphere. Thank you, Out Insecticide. And yeah, Out Mosquito Coil. For a mosquito-free atmosphere, trust Out to... You are not serious.
Out Insecticide. So ya boa, faha.
Mom and Dad, if you're looking for safe, affordable entertainment for your little ones this festive season, GoTV is your family's happy place. On our fun-filled and educational channels, wild imaginations can run free. So, stick with GoTV, at home or on the go with GoTV Stream. GoTV is every happy child's happy place. GoTV. Love it.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, Mommy.
I'm the second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again? Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswa dear. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late?
Of course.
you be luckiest. From not the cause she be luckiest. Hey, and you go be luckiest. No matter what you're luckiest. Everybody go be that luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Send your God the apple boom. If you put it toy, so would the coming of the Son of Man be. Is that his car?
Everywhere. Everywhere.
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompt and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
In December 2023, the biggest play in the history of African theatre made its debut.
The God of Iron, I stand on oath.
You saw it.
We sent you all the way to Ilefe to bring us greetings from Ifa.
By popular demand and in honor of Maoli Semevo, Image Bureau, in partnership with April Communications and the National Theatre, presents The Gods Are Not to Blame this December 17th, 7 p.m., 18th, 7 p.m., and 19th, 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. at the National Theatre. Visit www.imagebureaugh.com or dial star 714*46# for your tickets. Single 250 cedis, double 400 cedis. Supported by New Plant Car Rentals, Ghana Tourism Authority, Balakwa. Sponsors Stambic Bank, our media partners, and proudly brought to you by MTN.
Welcome back. Let's now bring you Channel 1 Sports with Yao Ejeminta. Hello, Yao. Good to see you.
Hi there, Nana Konadu. Good to be here.
We understand the Queens are in England. What are they up to?
Yes, they're about to play England's 3 Lionesses.
Very well. Tell us more.
Okay. Now, Ghana's Black Queens officially opened their training camp in Birmingham as they prepare for their upcoming international friendly against England on December 2nd. Now, 16 players reported on the first day of training at Aston Villa's plush training ground, where head coach Kim Las-Bjorgren ran a session focused on ball movement, quick transitions, and building team chemistry. Now, 4 more players are expected to join the training camp, bringing the squad number to 20 ahead of the next session. Now, Chelsea face Arsenal at Stamford Bridge in a top-of-the-table clash that could have major implications for the Premier League title race. The Blues head into the game on the back of a commanding UEFA Champions League win over Barcelona, while Arsenal head into the match unbeaten in Europe and recently recorded a 3-1 win over Bayern Munich. Both managers have been sharing their thoughts ahead of the game.
They defend fantastic. Any teams against them, they struggle to score goals, not only to score goals, but even to create chances. So it's a team that they defend very well. Then they have weapons when they attack. So I think it's, as you said, in this moment they are top in the Champions League, they are top in the Premier League, and we're going to try our best to win the game.
I don't know, obviously it's a big game, it's a big London derby. We're going to play a really, really good opponent. They are in really good form. And yeah, we know the challenge, we know the opportunity that we have as well on Sunday, so we are fully ready for it.
If you speak to Chelsea, they seem to play down their chances of potentially challenging for the title. How do you view them? Are they title challengers? Are they your main threat?
Well, I think we are all there, and they are there because they fully deserve where they are.
And that's it for sports. I am Yao Ejeminta.
Well, thank you so much, Yao, and thank you to you out there for making time to join us. That's how we wrap up the Channel 1 Newsroom. I am Nana Konadu. Many thanks for your time.